The official definition of industrial engineering is that we design and implement systems and processes that improve organized effort. What that really means is we take what a company does and we make it more efficient so they can increase their production, make a process safer for their workers, or more comfortable for them. We divide our coursework into 5 categories. So the first one is human factors. So that's how the human interacts with the system and ensuring that we design a system or a process to make sure the human is safe and comfortable. So that's the first one. The second is supply chain. So how does raw material become a product and then get to a customer's doorstep? So think Amazon, think Walmart. How are they doing that? 2-day shipping. The third is operations research. So minimizing or maximizing a certain value. My favorite example for that is FedEx tries to minimize the amount of left-hand turns on their routes so that they can save time on their transit routes. The fourth is quality, making sure your products are up to spec, that everything fits together, everything's designed correctly. And then the fifth is manufacturing, and that is the layout of a factory, ensuring that your processes are up to spec, improving those processes if need be. So we usually take 2 classes in each of those topics. We divide our projects into 2 classes. So this first is a sophomore design. It's called IE 3010, in which you're going to identify a need or a problem on campus and actually design a physical prototype to fix this. The second class is senior design, in which we actually partner with a company and they come to us and we act as consultants for them and we help them optimize a process or fix a problem that they're struggling with. I did 2 internships at Sleep Number, so the bed company. I had my first internship in quality, so ensuring that their beds were up to spec and that they were making them correctly and making sure that they were made the same every time they did it. And then my second was in continuous improvement, which was more of a broad internship for me, but basically I worked as a consultant for Sleep Number through them and made sure that if they had any tweaks or fixes they needed on their processes, that I could make those happen for them. I think my favorite thing about industrial engineering is just realizing that I can literally do anything with it. And I think that really kind of came to play in the job search, just in terms of the different jobs that I was looking at. We had someone in finance, someone in manufacturing, someone in consulting, someone in healthcare. I really feel like the opportunities are limitless for industrial engineering, and you can go anywhere with it.
I picked industrial engineering because it's such a diverse major. You can really work in any industry possible, whether it be going into bioengineering work, whether going to manufacturing, quality engineering, human factors. Those are all categories that we take a lot of classes in, and there's endless opportunities to work wherever you may find yourself. Another cool thing about the Clemson IE program is we have a special technical class called Six Sigma. This is a huge buzzword in the manufacturing community. It's something you really have to know the methodology of once you get into your career. I did 2 internships, one after my sophomore year and one after my junior year. They were both in medical manufacturing. The first was in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where I worked with the manufacturing of blood bags, looking a lot at the machines that were producing it and making sure that the quality was up to date. When I worked in Texas, I was in El Paso, and we did a lot of transportation and logistics of machinery that was being used to make pre-source kits for different surgeries. For me, Clemson is truly my home away from home. I know a lot of out-of-state and even in-state students feel the same way, whether it be picnicking on Bowman Field or jumping off the rowing docks or taking a little trip to Greenville. There's always something going on, and there's always people that will make you feel like family and involve you in those things, which is one of the huge reasons of why I picked Clemson. I know all of the other majors love to boast, but I truly think that industrial engineering is the broadest of all the engineering majors. You can incorporate business into it, psychology, bioengineering. Those are all things that we're learning in our classes, so it's super broad. We take classes in the Mechie department, in the electrical engineering department, in the MSc department, just to make sure we have such a well-rounded education that doesn't matter what industry you want to go work into, you will have a basis to understand it, which is what I think makes IE so special. Because in the end of the day, what Industry doesn't need to be made more efficient, which is exactly what an IE does.